Hey, my sweet friends. So real quick, you didn't see it wrong. It says mTHFR. I am not cursing at you, I promise. It is a gene mutation that is the first one, but then they have many ones that sort of branch off of it. It is a very new and upcoming, I guess, discovery of field, and it is packed with a lot of information. I'm not going to try to unzip it all for you tonight because it is very complex, but I'm just going to break it down and just let you know what this little mTHFR buzz thing that you might see popping up on Facebook or people talking about is actually becoming very big in the pediatric realm because it is actually very influential to the behaviors and development of kids these days. So we'll get down to I'm going to look at my notes to make sure I don't forget anything. So they're finding that 40% of the world carries this mTHFR gene. And some other things I saw, it said 50% of people carry this genetic variation or SNP of the mTHFR gene. And let me make a disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. So I'm just sharing my research and things we figured out for the kids. But I also... there's a whole community out there, so I'm not a super expert. I'm just trying to boil it down real simple for everyone. So basically, what does this mean? What is this variation? It means it's more difficult for the body to process and remove toxins. So I want you to think of all the stuff from shampoo, laundry detergent, from your drinking water that gets chlorinated to food, how wheat is processed with just pesticides, chemicals, to gases they use to preserve foods as they're shipping them across country. I mean, just think of all the things from sitting in these man-made homes that do have just natural chemicals on them. So what happens is the body has trouble processing a lot of the toxins. And also, I forgot, anything you're intaking medication-wise that has additive fillers and stuff like that, that can be prescription meds. That can actually be, any vaccines with the trace amounts. Some people have trouble processing the chemicals from any medicine out there. It affects the body's methylation process. So methylation is crucial for optimal health. And let me make sure I say this right. And if it can't, it affects nearly all of the body's systems are affected. So basically, if you have the mTHFR SNP, it equals reduced mTHFR enzyme, which equals reduced methylation. So one important thing to realize is folic acid. That's one thing you have to be really careful with if you have this genetic mutation or variation. It is in most wheat. If you go and look on the back of bread and pastas, most processed food has it in it. From what I heard, they started adding folic acid to help. It's a synthetic form to help with the growth of kids. Well, what's happened with this variation is now it's literally junking up people in kids' bodies because it can't be fully methylated, broken down for the body to process. So then what happens, it's like basically putting sludge in your body. And a lot of people have like depression, anxiety, memory loss, different things like that from things not basically your body not being able to naturally detox. So your body can't fully metabolize it. And another thing, if you think you have this, a good thing to know is which mTHFR genes you're working with, because you don't want to just go trying to do all these different things because there's different, I'm not going to get into it, but different, how to put it, like subsets that sort of work together or break down, and you have different variations that come with each mTHFR combination, I guess would be a good word to say. So why am I telling you this? Well, a lot of vitamins need to be fully methylated. It affects your vitamin Bs. So a lot of people who are vitamin B deficient, I believe, in iron deficiency. Or no, that's malnutrition. Never mind. But vitamin Bs are hard to, I think, aren't methylated or get broken down correctly in either just folic acid, unless you eat leafy greens like spinach and different things that have natural folate, which your body can then process. So if you are taking a multivitamin, if you do have this mTHFR gene, then it's going to be basically just junking up your system. So you want to make sure you have a fully methylated multivitamin that can help, that helps in the process. It helps your body fully methylate it. So that's a whole nother video. I'm not going to get too sciencey. But this has been really good because it helps with just memory concentration, improved, I think it's cognitive abilities, and just people, like if you feel like you have like a lot of just like your body might not be processing it, but the only way to know is through a genetic test. If you have questions or thoughts or concerns, my brain is like spinning and I just want to keep talking, but I don't want to get myself in trouble or just put too much information out there. So that's basically sort of mTHFR in a nutshell. If you have anyone who has questions about it, I can try to answer. If you do, feel free to ask me. It's really interesting. There's a lot of resources out there. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. I'm just thankful we figured it out and we found a good multivitamin for the kids and myself that are fully methylated. But yeah, so that's our story, and I hope you guys have a good night. Oh, and if you do have the mTHFR gene, when you do take vitamin Bs, so what happened to me was one night I was like I could take vitamins anytime, day or night. And so one time I took it like probably 11 o'clock at night, literally could not fall asleep until 2 because the vitamin Bs in there actually got absorbed into my body and gave me energy. And I was like, oh, that's how vitamin Bs are supposed to feel. It's because my body had never been able to break it down before. Who knew? So, fun little fact and story of ours. So anyways, have a good night. It was fun hanging out with you guys. Bye.